The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So I wanted to do a video replying to Todd B, your comment on my last video, and also the NIL, because people are going crazy about it and recruiting. Now, with recruiting, we just lost our number one recruit so far in the 2023 class, which is still early, but you know, everybody wants to get the recruits early, or get an early commitment. But we'll see how it plays out. But we lost him, and people are saying, for the people that are saying, y'all won the Big Ten last year, and it's not good recruiting, it's not paying the dividends in recruiting. Well, the reason it's not paying the dividends in recruiting is because recruiting right now is the Wild Wild West. Whoever's got the biggest bag of money is getting recruits. So Michigan is doing it the right way, or so-called the right way, trying to do it the right way, and not just trying to hand dudes money before they even get on campus. So that's what's going on with Michigan recruiting. They just let the players use the M when the Michigan M, the Block M branding. They just let them use that, and they got the NIL, the championship circle or whatever they call it, and so they're slowly getting it going. But they're trying to do it the right way. They're not just saying, "Come to Michigan, I'm gonna get one. We'll give you $1 million or whatever, however we can give it to you." We've got plenty of alumni that could do that, but they don't want to do it that way. And that's why we're kind of behind in recruiting right now, because we were slow with the NIL trying to figure out how it's going to go. And also, they don't want to just throw guys money and then they leave. So that's what's going on. And I heard Braylon Edwards say that's what we're doing, and it's obvious. You know, they want dudes that want to be at Michigan, not dudes that just want a bag of money. But we don't know how long this NIL, they're gonna have to change it, put restrictions on it. But right now it's the Wild Wild West. You got money to throw these players, you're gonna get better players. Just like Ryan Day. What did Ryan Day say a couple months ago? He needs $13 million to keep Ohio State where they are for the NIL. I think he said quarterbacks get like $1 million or $3 million, DNs get $1 million or something like that. Basically saying that's what they need to do to keep them where they are. And I can't say he was lying, because that's the way it is. It's the Wild Wild West. That's why you got Nick Saban mad about Texas A&M and all that stuff, because guys are just throwing money. They're just throwing it. So us not having the recruiting class, those are all the reasons why. If things were still normal, we probably would have a good recruiting class right now, because we just won the Big Ten. But that doesn't mean as much when everybody's just, come here, I'll give you $500,000. Come here, you can get $750,000. Come here, I'll give you $5 million. So that changes things. When you're a high schooler and somebody's saying, come here, I'm going to give you $1 million. I'm going to give you a Bentley truck. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you that. And then Michigan's like, okay, wait and see kind of thing. So that's what's going on now. So that's just what it is. So we're going to have to see how it plays out. Now, before I get into his comment, also with recruiting, with us being behind in the NIL, everything like that, it's paramount. And I'm just going to say this. JJ needs to start. With us being behind in the recruiting trail, JJ needs to start. And you're going to say, well, why? Because JJ has the potential to put up monster numbers. If I'm not going to get paid right away. I need to see that I can put up monster numbers, and then I'm gonna get paid. See, if you don't get the money up front, you can put up numbers, and then you're gonna get that bag. So we can say what we want, and Cade has done a good job, but let's just keep it 100. Cade had 15 touchdowns last year? For a Big Ten championship team. This ain't 1992. 15 touchdowns? Are you kidding me? And he had a lot of those in like 3 games. So JJ needs to start. You got 3-4 cupcakes to start off the year. You let him get his growing pains during that time. You give that team to this man, and because he can pay dividends in recruiting, because guys will say, oh, he's got 40 touchdowns. He's got 30 touchdowns and 10 rushing touchdowns. Okay, I can go to Michigan and put up some numbers at quarterback, because we need a quarterback. But the other positions, of course, you need everything, but it's something about that quarterback. When the quarterback gets that big bag, it means everybody can get a trickle-down effect of the bag, if that makes sense. So, to me, the way things are going with the NIL, and just anyway, the way college football is now, you need to start JJ and start letting recruits know we're going to be airing it out if we have to, and we still got a potent running game so we can play action pass and do all those types of things. You have to, that's just the way the college football is. Like, you got to make dudes want to come here, and the most important is the quarterback. We need that quarterback to get NIL deals, big ones. So it's a trickle-down effect, if that makes sense. That's just how I think about it. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just how I think about it. We need that quarterback. We need the quarterback to be putting up numbers to help in recruiting, and also with that NIL, since you're taking so long to get it where you want to be and you're playing it safe. That's the better word. Michigan's playing it safe right now. They could be giving away this money. If they were, honestly, I would be. Everybody else doing it, what they going to put? Everybody on sanctions? What you going to put? Texas A&M, Ohio State, Michigan State, Texas, USC. You going to put all the blue bloods on sanctions? Yeah, right. Notre Dame, you going to put all the blue bloods of college football on sanction? I doubt it. You're not going to do it. So right now it would be the time to, everybody's doing it. So they can't punish everybody at the same time. Then they're going to take money out of what they really care about, that big money pot in the college football playoff for the future. So this would be the time to just be throwing out money. But Michigan is scared from, I guess, from what happened with the Fab Five. And they don't want to, they don't want to get be on probation and all that type of stuff, or be like SMU and get the death penalty. So that's just what I feel about it. And just to help in recruiting, you need JJ. You need JJ to start, honestly, because you got that dude at quarterback. He makes defenders want to come there, and he makes offensive weapons want to come there, and he makes offensive linemen, defensive linemen. He makes everybody want to come there because they believe he's that dude. That's why JJ needs to start, because everybody will see him if he's putting up numbers, and he is what most of us think he is. Everybody else sees it. The recruits see it, and they say, okay, I'm going to go there. Yeah, somebody else offered me way more money, a lot of money, but I want to go play with him. I think he could help my career. So when I get to the NFL or even NIL, I want to go play with him. The quarterback makes everybody believe. So that's why JJ needs to start, to help us with everything else, since we're playing it safe. All right. Now, I wanted to address, and while we're speaking about recruiting, that's why I put this in here. Todd B's comment on my last video with the talent. I think you thought that I was talking about Steve Dace's what do you call it? The power rankings he did a while ago. I saw that video, but I knew we had talent way before he had made that video. I knew we had talent the beginning of last year. If you watched my videos, I've been saying we had talent for a long time, for multiple years. It's just coaching and execution, getting dudes in the right position to be successful. So me saying we have talent, that's not me saying we have more talent than OSU, but we have our teams are different. So us being different, it's like an opposite thing. OSU on offense, they want to throw it around. Ryan Day, he doesn't want to run the ball. So that's just what it is. He don't want to run it. That's why they focus on throwing the ball. Michigan, we don't want to pass it. Well, Harbaugh doesn't want to pass it. We focus on running the ball. So just those two things in itself makes it a different matchup, because you're a pass-happy team. Pass-happy, pass, passive, pass, passive. Being a pass-happy team makes you soft. It makes you soft. When your offensive linemen pass block, they're in a passive position. They're backing up. It's passive. When you're run blocking, it's physical. We want to maul you. We're coming forward. We're grabbing you. We're pushing you. We're throwing you on the ground, and we're trying to get physical. So it's an opposites attract type of thing. It's a difference. Now, I know people are going to say, well, it's been like that, and you're right. But you know what the difference is? Now Michigan has running backs that are legitimate. We don't just have a Davion Smith that's a workhorse, but he's too slow to get through the hole against Ohio State or a good team or a good defensive team. We've got backs that are legitimate. They can hit the hole in a second. They can catch passes 60 yards downfield. They can catch a 10-yard pass and take it 60. So that's the difference. Now Michigan has the dogs for what they want to do, whether that's pass or run. But we got the dogs in the backfield now with Corum and Edwards. So that's the difference on talent just alone. You ain't had to deal with a running back at Michigan that can go 60 since Denard Robinson when they would put him back there. Besides that, y'all ain't had to deal with that. So Michigan has speed. Ohio State has always been ahead of us in recruiting since they've been where they are, winning all the time. They've always been ahead of us in recruiting. But that's not to say Michigan hasn't been having good recruiting years. So just like you saw AJ Henning always getting reverses and stuff. He can scoot. Just like you saw Cornelius Johnson get behind your DBs last year. When we only threw it a few times against y'all, but they still got behind you. Cornelius Johnson got behind you. Roman Wilson, play fake. Roman behind you. Play fake. Sandra still behind you. All these dudes are faster. They're faster kind of guys. So the talent is there. Michigan bringing back almost the whole offensive line. Plus you got what's his name, Olawatimi, coming from Virginia to play center. So we lost a center, and then we got one that's on the watch list for one of the best offensive linemen. So the talent is there. Now you can talk about recruiting for recruiting having an effect on 2024, 2025, 2026. But right now, 2022, 2023, yeah, we ready for you. We ready for you. So you can talk about recruiting for those years, which it matters. But this year, next year, yeah, we're ready for you. We're ready for you. It's for real. It's for real. I know you're going to say about the defense now. With the defense, you named a bunch of players. But a lot of these players wasn't on that team last year. You named, let's see. You named Hutchinson, Ojabo, Hill, Haskins. Well, not on the defense. You named Thomas. He's in the pros. He's on the Chiefs, I think, or something like that. McGrone, he's on the Patriots. Ben Mason, he's I'm not sure where he is. Kwity Paye, he was on the Colts last year. But you named like 4 players that weren't on that team last year. You know what I'm saying? So the players that we lost, like Ojabo, big hit. Ojabo, Hutchinson, those are hits. But the only dude that people really knew about last year was ready for was what? Hutchinson and Dax Hill. Those are the 2 dudes anybody was okay, they're the studs on the Michigan defense. Wasn't nobody talking about Brad Hawkins. Brad Hawkins had a come out year because I thought he was trash before last year, but he did his thing last year. Great leadership. I liked it. But the caliber of player that we have at safety now, it's above him. Now, a dude like Dax Hill, that's a loss because he had a lot of tackles last year. But we fill it in with a 5-star Will Johnson. So players like that can fill right in. Who else we got? Let's see. Vincent Gray left. You got Will Johnson could take his place, or you could have Jamon Green, who's still on the team, which I don't care for him too much because he can't intercept passes, but he steps in because he started before. Now you look at, okay, you lost Brad Hawkins and Dax Hill at safety though. R.J. Moden was a starter for most of the year last year. He got taken out for Rod Moore. Rod Moore had like 10 tackles in the Ohio State game. He's a tackler. So those dudes played last year. So when Dax and Brad Hawkins left, I wasn't worried. I like RJ. RJ Moden is a ball hawk at safety. He's going to be in position. Rod Moore is going to make tackles. And they say RJ Moden has taken the next step up, which I figured he would because I played safety. Safety is about positioning. Everything is, but when you're playing safety, being in position to make picks, that means you understand your position. It's just being more consistent with it and making that interception and being able to come up and tackle. So the players, we have them. We have them. Now, I know people going to say the D-line. Well, we got Mike Morris, Chris Jenkins. We got Will Harrell. We got some young dudes. That's the question mark. Will we be able to get a pass rush without blitzing? But as far as the secondary, linebackers, Junior Colson steps in. He played a lot last year. Green Warren, Hill Green, he played a lot last year. So the cupboard isn't bare. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, Michigan lost a bunch of dudes to the pros on defense, which we did. But the thing that people don't seem to understand is we played a lot of young players. Like that played not, oh, you get in at garbage time. I'm not talking about playing like that. I'm talking about first quarter, second quarter, they're in when it matters. Third quarter, late fourth quarter, when it matters. These dudes were in the game. So that's what I'm saying when I say we have players that played, not in garbage time, they played when it mattered. So that's just what I feel like about the talent and all of that. Now, with the recruiting, which how everybody's talking about it right now, I feel like, if it doesn't get better it's so early into the 2023 class, we don't know. We could still end up top 15 or whatever. But let's say it didn't. That would have an effect on maybe 2023, because you might get a few freshmen that will be able to play right away, but definitely like 2024, 2025. This year, 2022, 2023, it ain't going to affect us that much. It's 3 years down the line where it's really going to affect us if it was continue to not get those recruits. But right now, we got the talent, and that's all I can say. We've got enough talent to win the Big Ten and make the playoff. And I definitely believe we can beat Ohio State. Because, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. There's a defense for every offense, there's a defense for it. Do you know what it is, and can you execute it? So just like last year, I know everybody thought we were going to get done in, but what was the game plan? What was the game plan on defense for us to slow down Ohio State enough to make them kick some field goals and punt a few times? It wasn't anything too special. All it was tight man defense, safeties over the top. I've been calling for that for so long. Safeties over the top. So you can throw it underneath, but we know you want to go over the top, so you're going to look there first a lot of the times. So you looking there first with the tight coverage, with the safety over the top. Now you look in there, then you come back to some medium or short. There go Aiden. There go Ojabo. You got to get rid of it. So that's what happened. Just make them go the whole field. No quick 60-yard, 70-yard touchdowns. Nope. Safeties over the top. You ain't finna do that. You ain't finna get them 60 and 70-yard big touchdowns and stuff, so y'all gonna be doing backflips on the sideline. No. Safeties over the top. No Don Brown, man blitz and all that. We putting safeties over the top. So now you got to dink and dunk and hope Aiden Ojabo in this pass rush with a blitz thrown in here or there doesn't get there. But it did. Oh, you want to run it? We got dudes that handle that. We're a running team. So that's what we want you to do. Actually in position. So that's what happened with that. So that's just how I feel about it, and that's what happens when you have someone smart on defense that knows all they want to do is throw it around. And one last point, and this is the biggest thing and it's a big difference between Ryan Day and Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer understood my quarterback running the ball is maybe the greatest offensive weapon I could have, because it gives me an extra man. They don't have that man for the quarterback run. So Urban would have quarterbacks and they would kill us. I don't care if it was JT Barrett, Haskins, who was that? Braxton Miller. Freaking, what's the other quarterback? I forget his name. But Justin Fields killed us with their legs. But Ryan Day doesn't want CJ Stroud to run the ball. Thank you. He's reluctant. He's a reluctant runner. He don't want to run. He want to pass. Stay back there in that pocket. Please stay back there in that pocket. Thank you. Because a running quarterback has been our kryptonite for 10, 15 years, 20 years. Just like Stetson Bennett in the playoff. When we did play some decent defense, here he go, scampering around. And that's the big difference between Urban and Ryan Day. Urban understood, I don't care how I win. We can't throw it. My running back ain't getting. I need you to take off, JT. I need you to take off every time. QB draw. Make it look like we're going to pass it. It's a draw, though. Just drop back and then take off. And we'll do it all the way down the field until they stop him. See, Ryan Day, he want to pass. He don't want to run it. He don't want to run it with the running backs. Or he don't want to. Yeah, y'all had yards doing that. But that ain't what he want to do, and we all know it. So, that's just what it is. And I love it. Keep C.J. Stroud in the pocket. Keep him there. Stay in that pocket, boy. I like it. You don't expose our kryptonite in there. So, that's all I got on this one, y'all. I just wanted to touch on NIL, Todd B's comment, and just Ryan Day and, the offense and the differences of what we want to do as a team and how it affects the team. You run the ball with stout defense, that's a physical team. You pass the ball, lackluster defense. Now y'all may have a better defense. Y'all new D coordinator might get it together. But that offense, passing the ball all the time makes your team soft. It's just a fact. So that's what I got on that, y'all. Just the differences in mentality. We want to slug you in the mouth. Y'all want to finesse it down the field. Oh, it was such an easy catch. That's the difference. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
The king in the north! The king in the north!